Here is a black woman who is speaking truth on how the black community should move from now on. Take a listen.
Black people, we need to start giving these folks their energy back. The killing them with kindness, the doing right by people who are doing wrong by you, it hasn't worked. It's never worked. And not only has it not worked, but it's created a sense of entitlement in these fucking motherfuckers. These motherfuckers think that they're entitled to our free ass labor and our fucking bodies being put on the line. It's not in our nature. Culturally, black people throughout the whole entire diaspora on the continent, culturally, we are taught to treat people right, full stop. Not treat people right because you think they can do something for you. Not treat people right because they're higher than you in the social hierarchy. Treat people right because that's just the way you're supposed to behave. And we keep approaching everybody else in the world like that, but they're not giving us that same energy back. The nicer we treat them, the worse and worse they treat us. They see our kindness and they take it for weakness. They take it for stupidity. They take it as something to be taken advantage of. We need to give them the same disdainful energy that they constantly give us. They're evil and racist and disrespectful and nasty as fuck to us. Give it right the fuck back. These folks only respect when you give them their same fucking energy back. They are not on a vibrational frequency to understand and to respect humanity. Human basic kindness and respect. They don't have that vibrational frequency inside of them. They've beaten that out of themselves for generations in an aspiration to be fucking white. This is why they're losing their minds now that we black people have said we're going to mind our fucking business and stay out of their business and stay off the motherfucking streets. That's why they're losing their fucking minds, because they believe that they are entitled to our free labor. They believe that black people were created to serve them. They believe we were created to serve them so much so that they don't even have to give us an ounce of respect while demanding that servitude. Because it's just what it's supposed to be in their fucked up, racist, anti-black, disgusting, dirty, rotten, cancer-infected fucking minds. Killing them with kindness doesn't work. Showing them godliness doesn't work. Showing them how to treat each other like decent human beings doesn't work. Give them their nasty fucking energy back.
I agree with this sister message. I love traveling and living around the world while learning about people from different cultures. At the same time, I never bought into the turn the other cheek mentality that the black silent, aka civil rights, and black baby boomer generations promoted to the younger generations. I always have a black first mindset. History has shown how these immigrants come over to America, bringing their anti-black mindset with them. It is way past time that freedmen black Americans understand the assignment, get on code, and stay united. From the moment slavery was abolished, freedmen black Americans, descendants of enslaved black people in the United States, have stood on the front lines in the fight against white supremacy. Despite being marginalized, terrorized, and systematically excluded from full citizenship, freedmen have continually resisted oppression while showing solidarity with other marginalized groups, including many immigrant communities. Yet time and again, these same communities have turned their backs on black Americans, co-opting civil rights gains, aligning with white power structures, or outright sabotaging black progress. After emancipation, black Americans built independent institutions, churches, schools, businesses, and mutual aid societies as a form of resistance. From Reconstruction, 1865 to 1877, to the Civil Rights Movement, they organized voter registration drives, founded newspapers, formed armed self-defense units like the Deacons for Defense, and filed countless lawsuits challenging segregation and discrimination. Despite being the most targeted group under white supremacy, black Americans became the moral backbone of American democracy. Figures like Ida B. Wells, Frederick Douglass, W.E.B. Du Bois, and later Malcolm X and Dr. King led global conversations on human rights. Black Americans have historically supported other marginalized and immigrant groups, often seeing their struggles as linked. In the early 20th century, black labor organizers welcomed poor European immigrants into union struggles against exploitative factory owners, even when those immigrants held racist views. During World War II, while Japanese Americans were placed in internment camps, the NAACP opposed their incarceration, advocating for their civil liberties. In the 1960s, the Chicano movement, Native American rights campaigns, and the Asian American movement all drew from the strategies and moral authority of the Black civil rights movement. Black leaders marched with and advised organizers from these communities. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. openly supported Mexican farm workers in California, led by Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, saying their fight for dignity was part of a larger struggle against economic injustice. Despite this solidarity, many immigrant communities have turned their backs on Black Americans once they gained access to resources, whiteness, or social mobility. After the 1959 Cuban Revolution, many Cubans were granted special immigration privileges and categorized as political refugees. With U.S. government help, they quickly gained access to housing loans, small business grants, and political clout. As they grew in power, many Cuban Americans in Miami aligned themselves with conservative politics, even supporting anti-Black policies. By the 1980s and 1990s, Black residents in Miami were openly complaining that Cuban officials and business owners excluded them from opportunities. In fact, during the 1980 Liberty City riots, many Black Miamians expressed frustration over job discrimination and political exclusion by Cuban immigrants. Mexican Americans in California, like some Chicano activists aligned with Black causes in the 1960s and 70s, the broader Mexican American population has increasingly distanced itself. In Los Angeles, from the 1980s to early 2000s, Black communities in Compton, Watts, and South Central were terrorized by Mexican gangs, who carried out racist attacks to forcibly push Black residents out of neighborhoods. Groups like Florencia 13, the Mexican Mafia, La M, and others targeted Black residents, not for gang conflict, but purely on racial grounds. These acts were often ignored or downplayed by city officials who feared backlash from the growing Latinx voting bloc. At the institutional level, many Latino politicians and organizations have historically refused to partner with Black Americans in coalition work. League of United Latin American Citizens, for example, often focused on the advancement of lighter-skinned or white-presenting Latinos, and in the past, excluded Black Latinos and openly rejected alliances with Black civil rights organizations. As new waves of immigrants came to the U.S., Black Americans again extended support, calling for fair immigration policies and humane treatment at the border. Yet, many immigrants, once settled, adopted the racial caste logic of whiteness, embracing anti-Black stereotypes, supporting gentrification that displaces Black communities, and competing for affirmative action benefits that Black people died for. Immigrant groups, some just arriving in the last few decades, have overtaken Black Americans in home ownership, small business loans, and government contracts, often by exploiting the legacy of Black struggles without investing in Black communities. Tell me what you think about this topic. Hope you find the information in this video informative. Feel free to like, subscribe, share, comment. Thanks for watching.